In Europe, people have an idea of, when you say South Africa, people think Johannesburg dangerous, Cape Town and Table Mountain, and some lions. And really, South Africa has a huge amount of things to offer, other than just the kind of stereotypical kind of thing. So that was the kind of sort of idea of the TV show.
What sort of planning and partnership needed to take place for this project, and how did you find out about the hidden gems off the beaten track?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's always. I did some hostile environmental training years ago with Ewan and with these ex-SAS guys, and they said if you can survive the planning, then the journey's easy. But you do have to plan a lot, you know, and you've got to, especially if you're filming things, you've got to get permits, you've got to get permission, you've got to get on all that in advance. So there's a huge amount of preparation, and where South African tourism came in really well was that, you know, we contacted all the different provinces around the country and their contacts and said, look guys, can you suggest things that are going on in your province, and so people came back with a lot of stuff, and then we sort of filtered down the stuff that we thought was interesting. We researched stuff on our own as well, and came up with this plan, and basically made this kind of loose kind of route, depending on the things we wanted to do, from the sardine run down in Port St John to surfing in Durban to the Crook's Corner up in the top corner where 3 countries meet, to diamond mining, to gold, you know, depending on the stories. And then we just sort of saw what kind of happened along the way, and things that sort of come up just by chance as well.
You visited many small towns and you had an opportunity to see the local businesses there. How is the microeconomy developing in South Africa in comparison to some other places you visited? Well,
it's interesting you should say that, because at the moment Europe is in turmoil at the moment, and you've got Greece, which might be leaving the euro, which could be the collapse of the euro. You've got Ireland has already been was in a collapse before Greece, you know, and then you look at these emerging markets, and Africa and South Africa are these emerging markets, so they're coming up, and along with South America and all that kind of stuff, they're all coming up, in Australia and stuff. So it seems like that the Southern Hemisphere seems like that they've got it at the moment. You know, we've become we've become like the Romans. We've become a little bit too greedy and have taken our eye off the ball a little bit up north. But I think, you know, I think South Africa has turned, and I think nobody wants to go back to where it even was 5 years ago. So, you know, from what I can see, it seems to be on the up, which is pretty good. You know, we have the Chinese, you know, who are buying everything because they need it. So that's good.
You've experienced South Africa as a tourist. According to the Westgrow Tourism Barometer in 2012, international tourist arrivals increased by 4% in 2011 on 2010. How can we ensure that we continue to see this sort of growth?
I think, you know, I think by you know, each province, everybody needs to be active about what they can offer, you know, to a tourist. And I think that there can never be enough stuff done of different provinces promoting their uniqueness. And, you know, like the Western Cape has this diamond mining that goes on, very difficult to get on to the seashore there and stuff like that. But we went with these diamond guys who go dive onto the seabed, they suck up the diamonds, they filter them out, and you get these little diamonds. And they said, God, do you think tourists would be interested in coming on the boat? And you know, getting a you know, one of these going down and actually helping them, and then maybe walking away with a little diamond because they helped out. And I said, yeah, people would be fascinated to do that. And it's the most unique thing to do in that particular place. All the diamonds over millions of years washed down through the Orange River. The Orange River over millions of years has moved, the mouth of it has moved in different places and deposited these diamonds onto the coast. And but you know, their big problem was how do we get the word out there that we're there? So you know, you can never be proactive enough in your own territories to promote your own goodness. You know, Canada do it very well. and you know they really work hard.
So there are a lot of gaps that still need to be filled in.
I think there are gaps everywhere. You can never do enough, but you know the first thing to do is to know exactly what's going on, and hopefully people like us who are coming down to do a TV show about South Africa, you know, and all the help that we've been given, you know, our TV show will come out on a mainstream TV in Britain on Channel 5, you know, at 8 o'clock in the evening. The TV show will then be sold around the world to maybe between 18 and 25 different countries around the world, from Australia to Canada to South America to Europe to Australia, you know, to Indonesia. These are all the markets that all our other TV shows have been sold into. So, you know, it's not just a one bite of the cherry in Britain, but they've got 28 other countries that they can benefit from. So, you know, it's important that you know, South Africa gets involved in people like us who are making TV shows.